In this video, we are going to work on our bathroom and WC. So we are going to create the slope for the bathroom. We are going to change the material of that part of the building. And also we are going to check one component which is related to the bathroom, and we can use it in usually commercial project instead of creating wall for the bathroom. So for starting, we need to go to the level A2, and here we are going to see our bathroom. So I'm just going to delete my doors and my walls, whatever is here. So first I'm going to the visibility and graphic, and I'm going to just hide all of my AutoCAD files because I don't need them anymore, and after that I can use the selection much more better to just select and delete all of them. And after that we are going to bring one component which is especially for the bathroom for commercial projects. So for loading your component, you need to go to the architecture tab, and after that you will see your component here. By clicking on your component load family, you can load any component as your wish. So I uploaded and downloaded this component from BeamCity website, and also you can use any sort of website as your wish. I'm going to use this cabin and this sort of partition which is used for bathroom. It's a very useful family and component which we can even manage it. So when I'm going to load it, the first thing we are going to notice, we cannot create it anywhere. So we need to pick a host as a wall, and after that I'm just going to create it. So we are going to have this one as a primary shape. I'm going to edit type and change some setting. So here we will see no of mid cubes. So I can come here and change the number of the partition. For example, I will put it for 5 and apply. It's going to be good, and we can check it here, and after that I can even change the thickness of each partition by checking the width here. Let's find out where is that. So here we can find it, maybe depth, thickness, panel thickness. We can even change the panel thickness here. So I'm just going to change the thickness to 5 centimeter and apply. We are going to see the change here. After that I'm going to change the width. Width is like each panel from each other. I'm going to change it to 8.2 maybe, and I achieved this measurement because I was placing it before starting the video. So I'm just going to move my components to see how does it look like. So it looks perfect, everything is fit without any problem. Now we can go create one section line to see what is this component which we created. Just by creating one section line and turning on the shaded mode, shadow, we are going to have this component here. Well, it looks very good, and we can use this component. Even we can increase the height by going to the edit type, and after that here we are going to have the height by 1.8. we can change it to 2.2, and it's going to be higher. So it depends on your project. You can change any sort of these elements, even you can bring the handles up above and so on. But the thing you need to pay attention, you need to create this cabin on your A2. If you create it on your S2, it's going to start from your structure floor and it's going to be wrong. So I created this one, and I'm going to create the same for this area, and the setting is going to be the same. We don't need to change anything because we already set up our setting. So that's it. Very easily we created a much more better space. Instead of using a wall and using a door, this one makes much more sense for the commercial project. So the next step is to go and create our slope for the floor. So the first thing we need to do is to select our floor and start working. For doing that, I'm going to one of the panel here, and for example, I will go to A2, one of the section line, because I want to access to my architecture floor. So I'm just going to select my architecture floor in level 2 here. After you select your architecture floor, we are going to edit. We don't need to go to edit boundary. We will go to level A2. So we needed to open one panel, select our floor, and go back to our floor. So when it's selected, you need to go to add a split line. Why? Because if you are going to just add points in our toilet, after that we are going to have problem, because for example, if you add point right now here or anywhere, it's going to consider by the other corner of your floor, and it's going to calculate it according to that. So we need to separate for each toilet, create and separate each toilet different area of the floor. By using add a split line, we can simply go and create this area. So first I need to go and draft it to create, and I'm going to turn on the chain. I'm going to draft and create it for the whole salon of the bathroom. It seems this wall didn't align perfectly, so we need to fix that as well. Here we go. So now we created a boundary for the bathroom main salon, but also we need to separate it one by one. Now I'm going to add a split line again, turn off the chain. So I will add one line here because I want to separate the salon from the toilet, and a split line again. I will try to manage a right location. Here we go. So right now we know this floor is separated and that floor is separated by clicking on our floor here. It's very good we created this section here and we can access. We will see it's separated. But right now we need one component for our toilet. So I'm just going, and I hope I can find a good component for the toilet. Otherwise I can just add one of them and later I can go and change my component. So we are trying to find a good component for our toilet. For example, maybe this one. There are so many different choice and options, but we need to look for one standard toilet which we can use, because here it's included so many options which we can manage our design. This toilet looks perfect for our design, so I'm just going to open it and create it in my project. Here we go. It looks perfect, so I'm just going to create it here and rotate it. If you want to consider the thickness of the wall for the pipe situation and system, you might need to have the information of your plan. After that you can make these two walls more thick, so the piping system will be alright. So I created my toilet here and it looks perfect. If I want to bring some other toilet, I can go to the load family and see what other option do I have, because here we have so many options. For example, we can use this one, we can use this one, and as many as we want. For example, we also have different type of partition. for example this one as well. But my option right now, it looks fine. I can even use this one. Maybe this one is smaller for here. Let me add both of them so I can decide, because this toilet looks big for this area. For sure this one looks smaller. And how about the other one which we import? This one is the same, so I might import this one. Let's see. So we need to pick the house. That looks fine too. So I'm going with this white one. I will just delete this and use this one. So I will go and see how can I manage to place these components so it doesn't require to pick the wall easily. I will go and rotate this toilet and place it to my project, but be sure to align to your wall. Okay, this toilet looks better actually for this project, and we can work on this better. So I'm going to use the copy multiple constraint will be on, and I will pick this line to copy my toilet. And even I can use array to, for example, select this toilet, array, second point. I will pick this point and place it here. It says how many? 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. We will say 5 or 6. Here we go. After that, I will just go and select my toilet so I can easily go and use the mirror tool. Even I can use the access and create it here. That's a very fast process and very well. So the next step is to go again and create the section or create our line for our toilet. So right now we separated the main toilet line and our bathroom. Right now we need to go to add a spline, add a split, and after that create a split from here to here. Be sure your chain is off so you don't need to use a space for coming out of your order over and over. So we are just going to draft our split line here as well. Now it's time for this area. So we finish. The next step is to go create just point in the middle of our toilet. So I'm just going to create in the middle of the toilet, and I can change the value. Also, we are going to have one important point and note which we need to consider it here, and we need to pay attention to that, and it's going to be inside the setting of the floor. I hope you guys already know what is that. So we finish here. After that, I will just click a space and go to my section again, select my floor, go to the edit type and structure edit. Here we need to turn on the variable for our structure. Why? Whenever we are going right now to change and create the slope for our floor, it's not going to affect the structural elements, okay? It's just going to affect the finish one, and that is the right we need to do. So I'm just going to click OK, and after that I will go and level A2, so I can go to the modify, select the point. If I can select it here, by one selection it's going to be a faster process, so I'm just going here, modify, and open one window. Here we go, and I can add elevation here -2 centimeter because we have 5 centimeter for our finish one. So I will click somewhere and hopefully we changed it. Let's go and check it again. So we select this point, the value -2 centimeter. Or maybe it didn't change it, so we need to, okay, when we are going to select our point, the next step is to click on, okay, we need to do it separately, so I'm just going to create it separately, because whenever you do it, you are going to have extra line in your area and you are going to notice that, for example, here you are going to have this line. So in this way you will notice that you did your job very well. So I'm just going to create this point. Here the elevation will be changed, but when we are selecting and at the value here, it's not going to consider it. That is one of the error which Revit need to consider and fix it. Why we cannot use the group selection for changing the dimension here and or elevation. Here we go. So we need to do this process here as well for using -2 centimeter. So I will stop the video and do the process, and after that we can continue. So I finished to change the elevation of the point in this way, in this corridor as well. So the next step is to create a material, and after that adapt the material just in this area. And before that we are going to check in our section, we are going to see, we are going to have the bending situation in our project, as we will see here. If I will create one section line here, we can see the process better. So here we go. If I turn on the section line, shadow, this is our toilet and this is our floor. So you will see we work on the maximum detail of the project, and that is really great. It's the project in phase 2 and we can enjoy just watching our project, which we perfectly did it. So the next step is to create a material for this part. So as you know, usually we will go to the, for example, certain element. For example, we work just by clicking on our object or element, edit type, edit, and here to create a material, or we just did it through the edit type. But now I want to show you the way which we can go create a material and adapt it in just a specific part of somewhere. So we need to go for the creating material, we need to go to manage tab, and after that we will see the materials. By opening the material panel, we are going to have the same story. So I will just go create one ceramic material for my bathroom. WC floor, and I just choose the nickname shortcut, because if I rename it, for example, for ceramic or something else, later on if you want to change the texture of your material, you might have the problem to find it. For example, later if you want to change it to tile, or you want to change it, for example, to mosaic, you might have a problem to find it. But if you choose the shortcut of your main area, for example, WC floor, It's easy, it's short, you can just search it here and you can adapt any type of texture. Here I will just go to appearance library, open my library and ceramic. Let's see what do we have here. Might something useful. Maybe this one, or also here we have some mosaic. It depends. Okay, this one looks fine for our project. We can even create a black color as our wish. This one, for example. So I will go with this one and click apply, graphic, use render appearance and OK. So how to adapt material to one specific area, to one specific, for example, subject, without changing the whole from the main area. For example, if you want to change the material of the floor, you need to go to the edit tab. But now we just want to change the material in this specific area. We need to go to modify. We are going to have paint option here. You will see paint PT is the shortcut. By clicking on that, you will see the panel will be open. Here you are going to have any material which you created before and it's in your material library, but the one which you created and it's already there as a default, you just click one of them and done. Then you need to select the area which you want to adapt the material. So I will go click my material and start selecting the floor. As you will see, we need to just select our floor like this. I'm going to do the process. So I finish my selection inside the bathroom, all the area. I can go for my material, choose the pattern as well. So I will go to the manage again material, and here we can, for example, choose the pattern. This one looks good, or this one, and click apply. We are going to have the pattern for our material as well. It depends on you. You can make it smaller or bigger by going to the material again. Here, when you choose your pattern, you will have edit here, but I suggest you first duplicate it. After that, go to the edit and change the scale. For example, here you can change to 3 millimeter to 2.5 millimeter. And now we are going to see the change. By clicking apply, you will see it's going to be smaller. So this is the way how we create the slope for our bathroom, how to place the partition for the commercial project, to place the toilet, to create the slope and separate material. Also how to adapt our floor without changing the structure by going to the edit type and click on variable. So this is the process we need to do, and it's going to be very well done finish. So in the next video we are moving to the different subject of the project.